Hi, Nick Compass. Great to see Cameron Young get his first victory out on the PGA Tour. He's been really close a bunch of times, but it was great to see him get his first tour victory. After he won, I went to go study, which I hadn't looked at his putting stroke a lot. I've looked at his full swing a lot. Guy hits the ball a mile, but went to go look at his putting stroke. And one of the things that I saw was kind of interesting on the face-on view that I'd done some post on was how much of a bigger backswing to shorter follow through he has. Now, there's a few players out there, and there's also some teaching of kind of a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning, hey, if you went back 6 inches, you would go through 3 inches. Now that's different than tempo. Tempo is, for most of the guys, is 2-to-1, but the length of stroke that it's two times the backswing of the follow through. Now, one of the other kind of more famous guys for this would be a Patrick Cantlay. I'll put up a video here again of Cameron Young's stroke so you can see. I'll do it a couple times so you can see how much longer his backswing was in when he made this practice stroke, or when he was playing, doing this practice. You can see, I mean, his putter, I mean, it goes almost outside his back foot, pretty close, and then it comes up well short of that. So he's got kind of I wouldn't really call it a jabby stroke, but it's definitely got some hit and kind of stop. You could almost do a little bit Brandt Snedeker. Patrick Cantlay's overall rhythm is a little bit slower, but he tends to have a much bigger backswing and shorter follow through, and again, closer to that 2-to-1 ratio. So if we look at Cameron Young's, I'll kind of demonstrate here. He's got kind of more of this bigger backswing, and then he kind of stops at it. Now, to me, that feels like it's got a little bit of hit. I'm always feeling in putting and trying to teach people, hey, I'm trying to roll that golf ball. It actually feels pretty good off the putter face. The tough part I see with translation to that is, hey, how do I take that to short putts? Because the worry is, hey, if I'm trying to stop at it, hey, I'm going to get a little bit of decel, or kind of, and when I stop it, hey, that face will tend to kind of move around a little bit, could close or open, and tough to control. So I see more of the guys being more of like closer to a 50-50. I'll put some up of Tiger, Scottie, some other guys who are good putters that, again, I think they're a little bit more even. Now, I do believe that the follow through should be a little bit shorter than the backswing, because an object's getting in the way, okay? So if I took this putter, okay, and I just let it swing back and forth, hey, nothing's getting in the way. So, hey, as it's doing it, hey, it's gonna stay the same back and through. So again, if it goes, however far back it goes, it's gonna be the same going through. So if I'm trying to practice this longer to shorter stroke, and I'm doing my practice swing, okay, I don't think that's a great way to kind of practice that, okay? I'm fine if when you hit it, it comes up a little bit short, but I don't think we want to try to practice that. I think we should be a little more even. Again, the reason that follow through should be a little shorter is, again, it's fine to have a little like pop in it like Cam Smith or Cam Young does, but I don't think we want to try to practice being so short like that, because then I get over the ball and I think it's going to be even shorter. So again, to me, practice swing, hey, I'm a little more even, okay? Then when I go to hit it, and I think even if I'll put some up of Tiger and Scottie and some, I do think their follow through is a little shorter. And again, that's because that object's getting in the way. So again, if I kind of let this just swing and I don't impart any force or any movement into it, hey, if it did that same thing, we can see where it's going. I do that same thing and it hits the ball, hey, it's going to come up a little bit shorter, okay? Or the swing through is going to be shorter. So again, I like to feel a little bit more like if I'm rolling it, hey, and it's going to be a little more even. I still feel like I'm getting through it. I'm not really trying to accelerate or decelerate or stop it. I'm just trying to feel like it kind of goes even back and through, rolling it, and it comes up a little bit shorter. Like, I think that was a pretty good stroke there. It feels like it comes up a little bit shorter. Now, one of the things that I use, I've got the yardstick with the numbers on it, and I'll put a picture of it again. So it's got 5, 10, 20, and 30. So again, to me, when I'm kind of practicing trying to have a even, rhythmical, good tempo stroke, hey, I want to try to be more, you know, if I'm going, we'll say 10 to 10, 10 to 10. So it's going equal back and through. And I feel like when I get people to do that, that their tempo matches out a little bit better. The worry again is if I start thinking about, okay, I got to go bigger back and then shorter through, as I'm kind of stopping it, I mean, you can see me stopping it. I think that's just hard to control. So is Cam Young a good putter? Heck yeah, dude. He's 6th ranked in strokes gained, okay? He's got a little bit more of a pop to it, and that works for him. And again, I feel like when I kind of do that stroke like he does, if I try to match that one that I put the video up, it feels pretty good, okay? I feel like it comes off pretty good off the face, you know, versus kind of, he's not decelling, he's kind of got a little more energy, and then he kind of puts a little stop to it. I just think that's tough to match out for regular golfers when we're trying to control distance, okay? So I like to see more of like Tiger, Scottie. Those guys are a little bit more, to me, more even of back and through. And again, I just noticed this with Cam Young. I haven't spent a lot of time watching his putting stroke, but again, you can see on this one here how much bigger that backswing was and how much shorter that follow through was. So again, lots of ways to putt. If it works for you, that's fine. I just think as you get into longer putts, if I'm doing this and practicing kind of this stop move, I don't know if I can control that energy that great. Again, I want to try to roll the golf ball. I'm trying to be a little bit more just even and let it roll. That's, I think, gives me a better way to control the putt. And again, I think the nice part about that is when I go to a short putt, if I was trying to hit like a 3 or 4 footer, you know, like kind of to this other golf ball here, okay? Now all of a sudden I'm making this big and stop. That seems difficult to try to manage, okay? And I can just feel like it's kind of tight in there. And again, I don't want to have that part kind of getting tight. If you're struggling in this, one of the things you'll tend to notice is if you tend to kind of have that pop or acceleration in there, when you do it, you'll have a little bit of kickback. And what I mean by that is you'll see that little kickback in there. Okay, so if you videotape your swing and you see a little bit of that kickback, that's what that's from. You getting a little acceleration and then it tries to put the brakes on and kind of slow it down. So you get a little bit of that kickback. So, hey, great for him to get his first win. He's putting great. Hey, it's a way to putt. And again, I kind of would classify it almost more of Brandt Snedeker, a little bit of Patrick Cantlay. And again, that 2-to-1 ratio of length of backswing to through swing, I just think that's a little tough to manage. And I'd rather see you try to be a little bit more even with it. Again, it's fine that it goes a little shorter because the golf ball gets in the way. But I think if you start practicing 2-to-1, I think you're going to put a lot of grip pressure in there and grip pressure changing and getting tighter. And I think you're going to have trouble with short putts and controlling distance on long putts. And hey, if we got those two things we're struggling at, it's going to be hard to play well. So I like, again, going more towards the Tiger Scottie, kind of being a little more even, and then let the golf ball kind of slow it down. But I think if you work on that, I think you can control that distance a little bit better and also make some more short putts.